the IBF champ.
IBF champ.
This is the unification fight, undisputed. It happens. I like it. He's got class, the boxing skills, the movement, so you can certainly give Canelo some problems. Canelo's a crushing, dominant force at the minute at 168. I just wish I was fighting at 168 now, because I reckon I'd give him some smoke.
How would that fight play out between you and Canelo? What's the view on your front?
I'd try and box and move, but I'd meet him as he comes. I'd stand and have a fight with him, and that could be to my demise, because he's a powerful man.
Now, before that, we spoke about undisputed, the UK big undisputed fights. We announced hopefully soon Joshua against Fury. Who do you give the edge on that?
I think I'd give Fury edge. Just the closer the fight comes and the longer it takes to get made, start to tip the scales towards Anthony Joshua. Rob McGregor knows his stuff, and I know what he'll be working on going into that fight. But I'll make Tyson Fury the slight favourite in a minute.
Now, I know you were in Saudi Arabia for the last fight, Joshua against Reed. Do you think that's a perfect location to do it at?
No, of course it's not a perfect location. It's in Saudi Arabia. We're in Britain, yeah? Stay in Britain. Get Wembley Stadium opened up. Get it filled. 2 British fighters fighting for the undisputed heavyweight title. Why are we going somewhere else?
Would that fight if it weren't
for the money, obviously.
Would that be 80,000 in attendance, you think?
Probably be 90, mate. Probably be 90.
79, mate.
When he fought...
79?
When he fought...
We'll cap it at 79.
Yeah, when he fought Klitschko, it was 90,000. Big numbers. Nearly got the 88 tonight, didn't they? Nearly matched the code.
So you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm still good here.
You're still in that weight class.
Carl, NBA came up, but on the zone scorecard, you had Canelo up by a few rounds. Could you just break down what you saw? Because there were scorecards all over the place.
Yeah, it was difficult to score because Billy Joe Saunders was busy landing shots in quite a few of the rounds. He was having success landing shots. And if you land more shots than you get hit with, then you win the round. But it's how you assess and score the heavy hands of Canelo Alvarez. When he's landing big shots to the body and backing up Billy Joe Saunders, he looks like he's in control and dominating. But his punches landed. And for rounds, there was a couple of rounds where Billy had successful rounds.
Middle rounds, right?
Yeah, he was doing well. So, subjective scoring is. Chris Mannix, who works alongside me on the zone, he had Billy Joe winning by 2 or 3 rounds. I had Canelo up by 2 rounds. Well, you couldn't really argue, but you have to look at this. This is the fight game and the hurt business. And Canelo was in control of the fight, really. He was backing up Billy Joe and landing big blows. And he was hurting him, and ultimately he's busted his eye socket. So that's what got him the win ultimately.
Who could you see give Canelo the biggest trouble? I know obviously the undisputed fighters in talks, but who do you see 68, even 75 on the Eddie Reynoso brought a better BF? I mean, who do you see in those around that weight class that would give Canelo the most trouble?
The only other fighter I could see that would give Canelo any sort of trouble at all, unfortunately, is in a different weight division, Terence Crawford. He's the only guy with the kind of class and the ability to do anything with someone like Canelo, just because of how good he is and his variety of work. But Terence Crawford's too small.
Right.
So who would you put in with him? There's no one. There's no one.
What about Benavidez or Charlo?
Yeah, Benavidez and Charlo. But Canelo's not a light heavyweight. He's not going to go back up there. Obviously, Benavidez and Charlo are top fighters, but I think he'll stay around this division now. And he fought Kovalev up at 175, and he was a fading Kovalev. And I think he tasted them shots at 175 and thought, you know what, I'll get back down.
Technically, Benavidez still makes 68.
Yeah, he still makes 68. He does. He can make that. So it'd be a good fight, but I can't see them fighters giving him enough trouble to get the win. I really can't. But they'll give him a match. There's a couple of fighters out there like that will give him a fight. But you're talking about people to beat Canelo. I can't see him getting beat. He really is.
Are you better off pressing him and fighting on the front foot with him these days, or boxing on the back?
I don't know, because he's not that busy. When you're boxing him and outmanoeuvring it, he's not that busy. And he's loading up with them big, powerful shots early on, which pay dividends later. If you can withstand that pressure early on and then box and put shots together, the only way to beat Canelo is to outpoint him in a bit of a tricky fight. So anyone who's got the ability to do that. Chris Eubank Jr. in a few years, maybe.
Next one.
Is this the best we've seen of Canelo tonight?
I don't know if it's the best. He was having to manoeuvre himself around an awkward Billy Joe Saunders tonight. But he's had some great wins. This is a guy that's fought Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Kovalev for light heavyweight, Gennady Golovkin twice. I mean, debatable, disputable decisions, but you know, he did what he had to do against the top fighter that night. I can't see him getting beat. It's difficult to find someone to beat him.
Carl, did any part of you, you know, watching your fellow Brits at 68, you know, take these lopsided losses, say, you know, damn it, if I, you know, let me in there, let me get to be in my prime and,
of course, mate.
and represent. You know?
Of course, yeah. I look at these fighters and think I can get in there with them and move and shake with them, but realistically, I'm 43 years old. I've had my career. I'd always be nice to see a prime me against a prime whoever. You always look and wonder. But he's a powerful man, Canelo. He's a devastating puncher. And sometimes you look at him and you think, hang on a minute, are you even out of second gear here tonight? And then he was just starting to crank it up then in round 8, round 9. And he got to stop it. So there's another 12 minutes left. 12 minutes is a long time when you're in front of someone like Canelo.